D Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime and in between time, I'm going to give some shots out to the early birds. Let's see who we're going to start with. Let's start with dun, dun, dun. Dion P. What's up? We are simulcasting Facebook and YouTube. If you have not joined my Facebook page, it is Willie D Official. On YouTube, I am Willie D Live. I also have a second channel on YouTube called Willie D Conversations. That's where I have my conversations with notable people like you. Yeah, here we go. M. White, what up, Doc? What up, Erica Thompson? Mozilla, what it do? Real Powerful Music. Jerry V, Richmond. What's up, Richmond, Virginia? Robert Dunn. What up, Austin, Texas? Turn that cab lock off, player. Miss Stay Positive all the time. That's what I'm talking about. We got to keep you around, keep you in the chat. Stay positive all the time. Jermaine S., Oakland, California. What's up, Kelly? See Misty from New York. Cinderella 23 Queen. Carlos Perry, Little Rock, Arkansas. Great memories in Little Rock. I got some good memories in damn near every town, every single city, especially every major city you can think of that's in the States. Yeah. Sam Stewart, what's up? Rashawn Jones, Fats, what's up, Galveston? Okay, fam, I'm going in. More bad news in the aviation world, fam. It just don't stop right now. Look, we've had 2 fatal crashes in the last 3 days. And now we have 2 fatal airplane crashes in the last 3 days. And now we have a fire, a plane catching fire at a Houston airport. It's crazy. Let me put up a pic right quick. This is what the plane looked like when a passenger aboard noticed it. Now, this is why, you see how high that plane is off the ground? This is why it's significant that the passenger caught it. Because usually it depends on what time of the day it is, how dark it is outside. A lot of times, like when it's really like sleepy weather, you can't see anything outside anyway. A lot of times people have their windows closed. They have the shutters closed on the planes. So nobody's really paying attention to what's going on the outside because people are dozing off. Well, this one passenger happened to see smoke and alerted the stewardess immediately. Man, salute to that passenger, because if not, it could have been really bad. I ain't got no problem with that, man. That's got to be a horrifying experience to be midair on a plane and that thing catching fire. That's got to be hard. That's got to be a tough. So this happened uh, earlier today. Passengers were forced to deplane from an aircraft at George Bush Intercontinental Airport this morning after an engine issue during takeoff caused visible smoke and fire to be seen on the right wing. The incident happened around 8:35 a.m. Sunday morning on United Airlines flight 1382. The flight had 104 passengers and 5 crew members and was set to travel from Bush to LaGuardia Airport in New York. Airport rescue firefighters with HPD responded to the scene and assisted in the evacuation. There was a passenger named Ashlyn Sharp aboard the flight who recorded a clear view of the wing and provided the footage to KPRC2. That's the local channel, the local NBC channel in Houston. A passenger can be heard saying, "Please, please get us out of here." The Federal Aviation, FAA administration, released a statement confirming the incident. During takeoff, United Flight 1382 received an indication about one engine and halted the takeoff while still on the runway. Passengers deplaned on the runway via a combination of slides and stairs and were bused to the terminal. There are no reported injuries at this time. We have lined up a different aircraft to take customers to their destination at 12:30 p.m. Central. Now, not sure if those people actually made that flight, because sometimes once your flight is delayed, they'll delay. Y'all know how it go. A short time later, a public affairs specialist with FAA provided more clarity on the nature of the incident, referring to it as an engine issue. The crew of United Flight 1382 safely aborted its takeoff from the George Bush Intercontinental Houston Airport in Texas due to a reported engine issue around 8:35 a.m. local time on Sunday, February 2nd. Passengers deplaned on the runway and were bused to the terminal. The Airbus A319 was flying to LaGuardia Airport in New York. The FAA will investigate, contact the airline for additional information. So, as you know, a lot of you know about the 7 people that were dead and 19 injured in a high-impact air ambulance crash in Philadelphia. So you had a person in a car who was the 7th victim, the seventh fatal victim of the crash of an air ambulance onto a bus, onto a busy Philadelphia street, authorities said Saturday, as investigators sifted through burned cars, damaged homes, and charred debris for clues to determine why the aircraft plummeted shortly after takeoff. So that aircraft was carrying 6 people from Mexico, including a child who spent months in treatment at a hospital. Wow. Child spent months of treatment in a hospital, and only for that survived, and only to die, like that. The Learjet 55 went down just after departing from the Northeast Philadelphia airport, creating what witnesses described as a massive fireball, shaking houses and leaving a chaotic street scene. Authorities couldn't yet say why the jet crashed. And the city's managing director said it could be days or longer until officials are able to fully count the number of dead and injured across a sprawling impact area in a densely populated residential area. The plane took off, reached about 1,500 feet of altitude, and then plummeted in a steep descent, crashing less than a minute after takeoff in what National Transportation Safety Board Chair Jennifer Hamady said was a high-impact crash that left the plane highly fragmented. Damn, those are two words that you do not want to hear together when describing a plane, highly fragmented. So this particular crash, the fire in Houston, the crash in Philadelphia, comes on the heels of the mid-air collision that happened in DC. This is just 2 days after the deadliest U.S. air disaster, well, 3 days after the deadliest U.S. air disaster in a generation. So on Wednesday night, an American Airlines jet carrying 60 passengers and 4 crew members collided in mid-air in Washington, D.C., with an Army helicopter carrying 3 soldiers. There were no survivors. So it's getting really bad out there. A lot of people are blaming this on the fact that, Trump shook up the whole aviation center industry by firing key people that work in that industry, firing key people that work as air traffic controllers, and even the organization or agency that keeps the checks and balances on those employees. The deadliest time for a plane is takeoff and landing. We know that, I'm not sure if that plane in Philadelphia was taking off or landing, but we know the plane in Houston was taking off. In fact, let me go back to that. Let me go back to that. I think I misread something. I think it was, that plane was, let me make sure I got this right. The plane in Philadelphia. Let's see. Yeah, so that plane was departing. Yeah, so that plane was taking off. The plane in Houston was taking off. The plane in Philly was taking off. And the plane in New York, the plane in DC was landing. Wow. The most dangerous time for a plane is not when it's 30,000 feet in the air. It's when it's landing and it's on takeoff. That's why when those guys be working on the plane, doing the maintenance stuff, last minute, man, I'd be like, man, take your time. Get it right. And I really don't even trust that. I don't want to see nobody working on the plane before I pull off. Check the oil, I guess. you know, in my mind, all that stuff's supposed to be already done before I come out there. I don't want to see all of that. I'm supposed to come out with the confidence that that plane has already been fully serviced before I board. I don't even want to look out the window and see them doing extra stuff. I guess that don't bother me as much as actually like being on the plane or boarding the plane and they're still doing maintenance stuff. I don't like that. I do not like that at all. That's a glimpse of what the plane looked like inside and the passengers. A few of the passengers. But that's the plane on fire. And if they was going to find some smoke on the plane, it's a good thing the plane wasn't 30,000 feet in the air. It would have taken longer to get down. What's going on, fam? What y'all think is happening? What do y'all attribute this to? All of these plane accidents and fatalities and these unfortunate set of circumstances going on right now in regards to the aviation world. It's getting rocked right now. Private Exchange, what's up, Collinsworth Apartments? Gillette, Wyoming. What's up, Freeman? What it do, time zone? Atlanta in the building. Nebraska Rock from the mean streets of North Omaha, Nebraska. Mr. Savage, Birmingham in the house. Jared Rivers. Mia Wise. Clean McDonald. What's up, Clean? What's up, Terry Thomas? Waco. Terry Lofton. Got some Terrys back to back. Debo Queen of the Ring. Mary says this country is in a lot of trouble because this country is being run by an unqualified convicted felon. May the Lord up above help us all. Charles Rogier. Shade Irvin. William Hughes. What's up, Derek? Mary Johnson. Cinderella 23 Queen. What's up, Jerry V? Trap star. Yeah, fam. I don't know about this winning, man. Look like we taking a lot of L's. I think America is taking a lot of L's. And don't get it twisted. I know some of y'all out there celebrating, y'all thinking, oh, we getting the country back. We getting the country back. Don't get it twisted. When any group of people as large as Black people in this country lose, the country loses. Think about what I'm saying, fam. Because we all share this space. We're all expected to chip in and do our part to make the country safer, to protect each other. I don't care how bad you think you are, you can't be everywhere. You might be a bad, bad boy, but when you step out that door, when your family step out that door, you can't be with them 24/7. You ain't like, unless you're a security guard for your family. You cannot be with them 24/7. So when your family go out into the world, wouldn't you like to know, or at least feel that they're relatively safe because of the people overall in the society that you share treat each other with dignity and respect? I keep telling y'all, fam, we ain't got no choice. We all in this together. We ain't got no choice. And I think we got to be careful about seeing Trump fail. I think we got to be careful about that because, we're here. Depending on how he fell, how hard he fall, what exactly he fails at doing, it could affect all of us. For example, some people think that Trump is responsible for these planes crashing because, he cut the budget and he fired people, in the aviation game, right? He fired air traffic controllers, top-notch people that knew what they were doing. He fired them. If you are to believe that he's responsible for those crashes, then I'm sure there were Democrats, independents, and Republicans on those planes that went down. See? So you got to be careful, what you wish for. Because if he fails in any area, it could cost you your life. I think we got to be particular about what we want him to fail at, I think we got to look at that. Like, let's break it down. Okay, let's see. Okay, we can't afford for him to make the wrong call on aviation because he's innocent people, thousands and people, thousands and thousands and thousands of people could die. And I can tell you this, if he is to blame and what he did, if those actions that he took is to blame, if those actions are to blame, there are going to be more fatalities, a lot more. I would advise everybody right now, cancel your trip via aircraft. If you got plans to fly, look, fam, I'm not trying to go nowhere right now. I need to literally wait till the smoke clears. Let me see what's happening, man. Let me see this thing get stabilized. Now, having said that, planes catching, planes smoking and stuff like that happens way more often than you think. This fire thing is something different. Because that was smoke and then that was fire. So, but the planes, they smoke a lot. They're just not reported. And right now, there's a heightened sense of alert. So everything is going to be recorded. Everything is going to be published and disseminated for the world to see. Do we have a troll in the chat? Is there a troll in the chat? If there's a troll, let me know, man, because we don't tolerate trolls around here. Because trolls are hoes. They got to go. They got to get up out of here. Yeah, everybody that was on board that plane, the 104 passengers above the plane, were all safely deplaned, and they are okay. Everybody is okay. And so we want to thank the people who work at the airline, that whole entire staff that assisted in deboarding those passengers to safety, but also HPD. They also lend a hand in helping those passengers get to safety. So big shout out to HPD. China Carter, what up? What up? Original Gamer says 2025 is going to be a year full of devastating. Well, I guess you're trying to say devastation. Hey, fam, what year hasn't been a year? The last several years has been really, really bad. It's like it's like societies are supposed to go forward, and it just seems like we're going backwards. You can't take people seriously who says that the accident is the fault of DEI hires, because before those accidents, what about all the other accidents? What about all the other planes that went down? Were those the result of DEI hires? What about all those planes, those single engine jets, those single engine planes and helicopters that went down, that go down all the time, every year? There are literally hundreds of accidents, plane accidents, those smaller planes, hundreds every year. Were those DEI hires also? This is like giving people, like blaming, people and saying that this is something got to do with some type of DEI thing, blaming DEI hires for anything that go wrong, that a white person can't directly be to blame for whatever, or look like somebody, or a woman, or a black person, or a handicapped person, or whatever. Blaming them every time there's something goes wrong is akin to what they do when you give, let's say, incarcerated individuals a break. Let's say you got jail overcrowding, and people say, look, man, you gotta let some of these people out of jail. A lot of these people are in jail for minor infractions. Or you say, oh, here's a better example. A lot of these people have done their time. They're in jail for violent crimes, but they've been in jail for just rotting in jail for 20 years. These people are rehabilitated. They have been rehabilitated. And let's say you let 100 people out. One person kills again, or robs again, or rapes again. And they will use that one person to justify why they should roll back the law, and even sometimes return those people to jail that they gave a break to. It's a common tactic. They use it all the time. Keith Hardy, what up? Carlos. Sun's Moon. Lady JJ, what up? Rick Major Key, what up, Rick Major Key? Miss Nikki, Miss New York, FBA Leo, what up? Sean Lunatic thinks that this is all being orchestrated. Slick Rogers, what it do? Michael Jetsons. Michael Jetkins. Mike say 45,000 planes take off a day in the U.S. That's true. 45,000 planes do take off, do depart daily in the U.S. with millions of passengers across the country's airspace. The average number of flights per day is 117,695. They've already had over 3,413,000 flights that have taken off so far this year. So flying continues to be the safest way to travel. It's the safest way to travel. But that does nothing to ease the mind of those who have found themselves victims or survivors of fatal plane crashes or just plane crashes, period. If you happen to be on one of those and is experiencing trouble, I don't think the first thing you're going to think about is all of those planes that landed safely. You're going to be thinking about that one plane you're on. And you're going to be thinking about your family. Yeah. I do believe that this country is in trouble. I do believe that. I do believe this country is in trouble. And if the country is in trouble, we're all in trouble. That's my time, fam. I appreciate y'all joining the live. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. Till next time. China Carter, I see you. Appreciate you. No more talk.